I should have done this 20 years ago, but hey, better late than never. Let's animate Tom to get a piece of the joy that Bill Hanna and Joe Barbara got back in the day. I'm using ToonSquid on my iPad, but this isn't about the tool. I'm choosing this extra wide canvas so that I can have a camera pan from left to right following Tom's movement. That's the sequence I've been working on. Tom from the Saturday Night Puss, one of my favorite bits of character animations ever made. And this is the first part of a series of videos where I'll be showing you exactly how I built it from scratch, starting with absolutely nothing but shapes. Before I get into the process, let me tell you why Tom and Jerry specifically. Because it's not just nostalgia, although there's plenty of that. In oil painting, one of the first things you're taught to do is copy a master, not to trace it, not to reference it loosely, to really sit with it, study how they solve problems, and try to feel what they felt when they made it. This is the animation equivalent of that. Tom and Jerry is one of the richest studies you can do in character animation. The timing is impeccable, the weight is real, and the personality, even in the 5-second scene, is complete. There's nothing wasted. This particular sequence covers almost every foundational principle: anticipation, weight, staging, exaggeration, and that laugh at the end, pure squash and stretch joy. So the first stage is what I call the blockout, and the whole point of this stage is to stop caring about how it looks. You're not drawing Tom yet, you're drawing shapes. Circles for the head, a bean for the torso, lines for limbs. The goal is purely to mark the key poses and nail the timing, nothing else. In fact, you could get away by just drawing a stick figure. Being an IT professional, my brain loves logic-based system, but growing up in India, it was hard to see art as a serious path. The FOMO was real. Everyone was rushing into engineering, and back then I thought animation as a career was dead. I put the pencil down a long time ago. Now at 40, I realize it wouldn't have mattered. I could have just kept this passion going on the side, but doing this now is for pure pleasure, no deadlines, just the joy of the craft. Every shape is a placeholder, every mark is a question rather than an answer. Does this pose read? Does the timing feel right? Tom is cautious here, small, contained, peeking, and then there's that moment where he realizes the room is empty and everything changes. That shift in body language from cautious to liberated is the whole gag. If the transition doesn't feel right, nothing after it matters. Now we're getting into the strut, and this is the hardest part of the whole sequence to block out. Tom isn't just walking, he's doing a theatrical impression of his owner leaving. The weight has to be exaggerated, the timing has to have swagger. The original animators understood weight intuitively. What I'm trying to do is understand it analytically by pulling it apart frame by frame. I have this exact sequence on another monitor where I'm pausing on the key poses to observe the shapes. The body shape changes depending on whether Tom's weight is rising or falling. When he's up on his toes, the torso stretches. When his foot hits the ground, there's a subtle squash through the whole figure. It has to be built into the foundation for best chance of getting it right in the end. And here we are at the end of the blockout. Tom's laugh. Even in pure shapes, you can feel this one. Tom is absolutely delighted with himself, and the job of the animator, even at this rough stage, is to make sure that delight is readable before a single detail is added. Let me know how this feels for you at this stage in the comments section. Looking at the blockout as a whole now, something's starting to happen. There's a character in there, not Tom specifically yet, but the shape of something alive, something with personality. It's not about making something that looks good, it's about making something that feels true. I strongly feel that once you've learned the basics of animation, before you do your own project, I think you should really try recreating a famous cartoon. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you've ever had a dream you put down and picked back up again, I hope this gives you something. I'm figuring it out one frame at a time. So don't just watch my videos, try and do it yourself. I'll see you in part 2. Until then, it's goodbye.